Yeah, but we're not in Cagayan right now,
Nope,
man. It's
not
just shout
tonight.
out to me Lagonglong,
Yeah,
Misamis Oriental.
if you can hear those waves in the background, don't mind that.
Yeah, exactly. We're at the beach.
Yeah, you know where we are.
Yeah, it's Holy Week, but this is the Unholy Week
Unholy
edition.
week.
We're gonna get holy this week. So enable for us to enable ourselves to be holy, we need to light some herbs, right?
Some
But
sage.
not the that kind of herb, but some herbs. You just light them up, get the mood going.
Yeah. Where'd you get that thing? What is that?
It's been in the house for a couple of weeks now.
Hmm.
Get the negative energy,
Kinda
as
today,
they
huh?
say.
What is that?
Palo Santo.
Looks like a seed pod or something.
Yeah, it smells good too.
What is it?
Palo Santo.
Yeah,
So it's
that does
supposed
smell
to
good.
attract positive
Yeah, it has a
energy.
little bit of a cinnamony smell
Yeah.
to it. It's nice.
There is a purpose to that though, but I'll get to that story soon. But
You know,
the-
it's National Tuba Day.
is it today?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
officially?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for us
yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I haven't drank Tuba in
What
a
are you
while.
having to buy, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, support local, man.
Yeah, I know.
I'm all about it.
So good. Where's your bottle, man? I mean your
Yeah.
gallon there.
Yeah.
There you go.
There it
There's your
is, man.
glass.
It's like it's bubbling.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's there.
how many glasses have you had? Damn.
Not half the gallon, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. How's your stomach?
It's all good.
It's all good,
Yeah,
right?
the thing about Dubai is you
Mm.
can wake up the next morning and feel like you can go jogging.
Yeah, yeah.
Is-
Just don't mix it with beer.
Yeah,
or
I don't.
any
Yeah,
other-
I don't do that. I
Yeah.
don't know. I just
I
drink.
did. Big
Yeah.
mistake.
Oh really?
That's why
Nalain mong tiyan?
because I like drinking beer. So when I drink I drink beer after, which it doesn't go together for me. It doesn't go well. So either I drink just the bar or beer.
Mm,
That's it.
Yeah, yeah. Yun lang sa ko.
Legging. For you go straight for it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
straight Dubai. I don't mix like.
Can you
I'm not-
finish
I'm
a whole
not taking-
gallon?
Taking Johnny Walker or anything like that tonight. No, I can't finish. If I finish a gallon, I'll be like dancing naked in the beach. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we should try that one day, though.
Why
Should
not?
be nice. Like
Why not? YOLO, bro.
Yeah, YOLO. 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 So yeah, Holy Week. How was your Holy Week so far? It starts today, I think, or
The unholy week has started. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It has been unholy. We went to Cowboys camp and saw some mushrooms, which was pretty awesome.
the
People
shroom.
really need to stop leaving their garbage everywhere. I don't know why masuksak nila ang basura sa kahoy, but it's like, dude, really? First of all, you shouldn't be even eating that junk food while you're doing physical exercise, like going up a mountain. Let alone leave your garbage there.
Yeah,
Jeez,
stop bringing garbage.
it's ridiculous.
Or at least have the decency to take it back with you.
Yeah.
You know?
I couldn't help but notice. I mean, it's a beautiful view from Cowboys Camp, but the problem is when you look out to Bukidnon or Libona, right? Like Libona, Bukidnon, right? Is that the area that it overlooks?
I think so.
Cowboys Camp,
Yeah,
yeah. You can't help but notice like several mega farms. You know, I think those are chicken farms,
Mm.
and you see them all over the place. 'Cause they have the big long rooftops, and you know those are massive slaughterhouses. I'm like, damn, it's like it's all over the area. You can really see it from that view.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, damn, that's a lot of death.
It's kind of like
Less than 40 days, they say now. You can have a from hatch to death less than 40 days. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, I heard something like 30, probably. I have a friend who has that kind of business. I'll ask
Yeah.
him again.
Oh, I know people that
Yeah.
make their living off. I'm not blaming these people.
Mm.
These people are just trying to make a living. But it's just the entire system that's fucked
Yeah,
up. You know,
yeah.
we're just all part of working with it, right? Some
There's a
people
demand for it.
There's a huge demand.
So
It's a ridiculous demand.
It's an understatement.
There
but
shouldn't
yeah,
there shouldn't be.
it should-
It should be
Right.
outlawed. But
yeah.
apparently it's sold in your schools.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's definitely not finger pointing at. I know people that are great people
Yeah.
that have establishments that serve this stuff, and these are great people. So
Yeah.
I would never point the finger at them and call them bad people. So
Yeah, yeah. It's all part of the system. There's a great
yeah,
line from one of my
yeah,
favorite bands ever called Rage Against the Machine. One of their songs, I think it's Bullet in the Head.
bullet in the head.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Like you can't escape from the mass mind rape. That was like how
Man,
it went. So
that's heavy.
yeah, that was Zach De La Rocha, man, one of the best writers in hip hop and metal. I think, in my opinion, they're pretty popular. I mean, at least in our generation. I don't know nowadays, but yeah, it's kind of like that.
Only metal.
Yeah, only metal. It's all metal, man. There's death everywhere. Even right now, we are.
Everyone's emo.
Yeah, we are recreating or how do you call this? Like tracing the steps of our Lord Savior Jesus Christ through the Holy Week to the Station of the Cross. It's kind of like experiencing the stations one by one. And those stations represent different sufferings, different levels of pain, perhaps, which we'll never understand. I don't know. I was not there present, so obviously. but that's always been the point of Holy Week. I think, at least for my childhood. I don't know if it was celebrated in America when you were kids. You remember?
Not in
going-
the same way.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but you do practice the station. I mean,
Yeah, I did do that.
At least once in
Sunday
your
school.
life. Yeah,
I
Sunday
did
school.
that Sunday school. Yeah.
yeah.
I went all the way to the sacrament.
But the point is to suffer, experience suffering, experience at least. That's what all they ask for, like a week every year, is to experience suffering, experience discomfort, something like
That's
that.
what Saturday school
Right,
was, man.
yeah, experience Christ. If you're very heavily, right?
Yeah. No, I'm just joking. It was
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it was fun. Because we were forced to attend it
Yeah.
before. At least now it's voluntary. Like, all right,
Yeah.
just gonna go on a Holy Week. If you
Yeah.
want to go to church, go to church. If I don't feel like it, I don't
Yeah.
have to.
Just move. Just make sure you're doing something.
Yeah, just make
something
sure
positive. Exercising.
it's a sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
Like doing something. What are we doing right now? Like, oh, we had a no, what was that? No land animal thing.
No land.
Because we were talking about our diet right before we arrived here. So we were like,
Oh, okay. Because
okay,
it's
we
holy
can't
week.
have pork,
Yeah.
chicken,
Sure,
beef,
Sure. Yeah.
anything closer. So you were saying,
No
oh, yeah, no
land.
land animals.
No
All right,
land.
okay, because I'm still gonna eat fish.
Uh-huh.
Getting a diet, fish diet, and
Uh-huh.
crabs.
Mhm.
But I don't know. It's a weird rule, though. I mean,
To pick and choose which
Yeah.
species. Yeah, like, yeah, I'll eat this one, but not the other one.
I don't even know the point of my sacrifice this week that I'm trying to at least challenge myself with.
Well, yeah, I think it still makes a difference at the end of the day, even if you were to reduce the amount of plastic garbage that you produced, or just the amount of candy that you ate, or the amount of ice cream or something. It doesn't have to be anything super complex, but it's just like a good way to remind yourself, like, you don't really need these things all every day of your life.
Mhm.
You really don't. Most things that are available for us commercially, I mean, we don't really need.
Well, it's too much.
Just marketed to, which is one of the things that we try to practice in our household is not turn the house into like a billboard system where you're buying branded products but you're displaying their logos all over your house.
Yeah.
So
It's everywhere.
instead of doing that, what you could do, like, let's say you have a cereal box of a certain brand, and you just take the bag out of the box, you throw away the box, and you can just transfer the cereal to another container so that you don't display their logo every day. Your kid doesn't have to see their logo every day.
That's a good observation.
Yeah, because that's what they're trying to do, right? They want the kids to like it so that they have it in their house. They see their logo all the time.
You're gonna keep looking for
Yeah,
it,
so
and
as much as
so good,
possible,
too. Yeah.
you try to reduce the marketing that happens within your own household, and it's really difficult. 'Cause-
We might not be aware of it, but we are feeding into the system, right? I mean, even I am feeding to that system where every time I buy or purchase something for my daughter that I know that is really terrible for her, sugary food, right?
right, right.
But then in the back of my mind,
Yeah.
I was like, everybody's doing it, so why shouldn't I?
Mm.
Why should I deprive my child of this treat?
Hmm.
But it's a treat that we know in the long term is gonna be detrimental to their health and their whatever, right? Because I'm fucked up because of the diet that they gave me. It's
Hmm.
part of the reason why I consider myself kind of fucked up with all the diet that I went through as a kid, the canned goods and
Yeah.
everything. I didn't really eat a lot of vegetables because I didn't like the taste, and it was convenient to just hand them with anything because they're from a different generation. So
Mm.
I would understand. I'm not blaming my parents. Partly, yes, but it's
Mm.
the system, right?
Hmm.
We are feeding into the system, and
Yeah.
slowly I'm beginning to realize where I am a big part of the problem, and it is my responsibility to slowly at least detach myself from that problem and try to be a solution.
Mm.
Each and every day we wake up, that is the sacrifice, by which I mean why I'm doing this right now, this retreat, the unholy week. It's like, when I'm analyzing my own routines or everything, I see it, like big how even I myself am a huge part of the problem because I'm not fixing it, and I'm still like giving my daughter. I shouldn't, but people are gonna judge you. You're gonna judge yourself.
Mm.
There's gonna be like tons of decision making that you have to make, and it's gonna affect you.
Mm.
It's gonna affect everybody. If they end up being too different, then they get in school or wherever by
Mm.
society, even though it's the right thing to do, but sometimes it's a difficult thing to accept or to even try to change things. But we can't because we're stuck in the system. Can't
Mm.
escape from the mass mind rape. Rage Against the Machine. Woo. That's the shit
Well,
that we
the
are
the interesting thing
stuck in right now.
about the research about nutrigenomics,
Mm.
things that you eat literally change your genes.
Things that I
So
eat
it
change my
it it,
genes.
it actually matters for your lineage what
Mhm.
you eat because it alters your DNA, and that's what you're passing on to the next
Oh
generation.
yeah, and if my child, I mean, in relation to that, let's say she becomes an alcoholic or something, then I probably know it's in our genes. And
Mm.
because I did not, for now, I'm not doing anything to, what do you call that?
Well, you already had a kid.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
to at
It's like
least
it's a
adjust things to stop it, or at least
yeah.
stop that mutation of the thing that we carry,
Right,
right?
right.
It's already there.
It's already
So
there.
like that's been at least peer reviewed
Mm.
research. It seems plausible, I think.
There's
What's
definitely
in my
something that gets passed
genes?
down, so
Yeah.
it alters depending on how each generation is eating.
Really?
Apparently, so it's not just a personal choice, like what you eat. So you have to consider that effect as well.
Mm.
So as much as possible, you want your lineage to be healthy,
Mm.
because apparently Pinoys are really suffering from heart disease,
Uh-huh.
and it's really a tragedy because it can be easily prevented, but it's just a matter of what is being allowed to be marketed and being sold in the schools. It's ridiculous, to know what's allowed to be sold to people. Um,
Can't stop it.
yeah.
Just being a pessimist tonight, but
Yeah.
I'm still at least hopeful, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That was one of the things I was thinking about because it's a festive week and people are drinking a lot of Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking about that documentary that I wanted to play the clips of earlier, and there's corruption within just a soda drink. I was like,
Yeah,
it's just
and
a fucking soda drink, and there's
and it
deep
matters.
corruption, man, like to the political level. Like,
It
wow,
matters so much, and it's so good too. I mean, I
it's
admit when I
it's
drink
ridiculous.
Coke, sometimes it's like
On a hot day with some
heaven,
ice,
yeah, heaven on earth, man.
with some ice cream.
Yeah, it's red.
Ah,
It's red and black.
that's right.
Even the color combination
Yeah.
of their whole image is
Yeah.
so, and again, seductive. There you go. It's seductive. That's the power of marketing, though.
Mm-hmm. That's a deep rabbit hole. It's a good documentary. I forget what the channel is called now. Spacing out on it, but it's on YouTube. It's really good. I think it's like the corruption behind Coca-Cola or something like that. Just look that up. It's really good.
And you tried to talk about it, right?
Mm.
And what happened?
Yeah, I uploaded a few highlights
Mhm.
to TikTok, and one of them got censored, and it was specifically about the highlight that there was a corruption within the Mexican government, with some land disputes and things like that, and environmental issues
Mhm.
that they were violating. So it was pretty interesting on how bad it got.
How many views did you get for that? I mean,
I don't
we're
know.
not really.
I don't know. Actually,
just to let you into the
I don't know.
the joke.
Not that many.
Because
Not enough.
We're not
No.
famous. We're not even
No.
trying to be famous or something.
Not even
but
close, man. It
If
was
I
like,
get 5 views, I'm like, all right, that's good enough for me.
I was just gonna say it's like friends and family, anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
But
anyway,
it
about-
wasn't anything viral or anything like that.
and then what happened to the video?
Unfortunately, it got censored. It got blocked by
You
TikTok.
get blocked by TikTok.
Yeah, it let the other 3 highlights upload with no problem, but the one specifically about the corruption in the Mexican government got blocked. So I was like, okay, you guys are on the same side, huh? I
Can't-
see what's going on here.
Lest you forget, you can't be too edgy on the internet.
Yeah, I guess
nowadays,
not.
right?
apparently.
So
I
you
didn't.
gotta-
I wasn't saying it. I was just uploading a highlight, so I didn't think
yeah,
that'd be a
but
problem.
nowadays it's considered being edgy, or you know,
You
you're an
got-
edge
you
lord
got
man.
censored, yeah. I was like, what? I got censored? That's
got
lame.
censored?
I tried to
By the
speed it up,
system?
and change the voice a little bit, and wala yapon na reject yapon.
You know what I think? I think the system thinks you're dangerous, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm not
so
kidding.
dangerous, bro.
The
my
moment
5
something like that
views.
happens to me, it's just because I don't expect people to
Oh,
listen to
5
me, or
views, yeah.
even at least consider my opinions as valid, because I'm probably the most uninformed individual in the world right now. But the
I'm
moment
not
somebody tells
informed at
me
all.
not to, or at least shuts me up, that means something. It's like, why the hell are you telling me to shut up? Just
Yeah.
by censoring or anything. I don't understand it, but the moment that happens, it's like, all right, I'm a dangerous man, but I'm not. That's why I'm not trying to stir things up anywhere at all, man. But you happen to stir things, to stir the pot a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
It takes some balls, man. I mean, I
Stir
could
it
never
up
do
in,
that.
in
Yeah.
what way?
Yeah, when you're stirring the pot, like
Yeah.
you're actually getting a response from people, even though
I don't know. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not much.
but still,
No.
I mean, even one response for me is
Yeah.
good enough. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, somebody's
It's nothing
listening
worth
to
bragging about. That's for
me.
sure.
yeah, we don't do that, but you know, a lot of people. I don't know what it feels to be, you know, when
I'm not dancing.
thousands, or nobody's dancing.
I'm not dancing.
You gotta dance, man. It's been around
Yeah.
for a long time. Even our politicians here in the
It's getting
Philippines.
banned everywhere, man.
You need to learn how to sing, to dance, basically just be like a freaking minstrel or something.
I think I know how to square dance.
Yeah, you can do something.
Yeah. Can
Gotta do it.
do some cowboy line dancing for sure. I've done that deep in the dirty south of Mississippi, man. Going to a honky tonk line dancing bar. Yeah, it's good time. It's a good time.
Oh, wow.
I got to go to the birth city or birthplace, a birth town of Elvis Presley. They have like a little house, and there's like an old man, super nice guy, man. I forget his name, and he's like gives you a tour of the
Memphis.
place. Yeah, it's like deep in Toledo or Mississippi, I think is the name of the place. And they have like the hardware store where he bought his first guitar.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's some next level shit, right? I mean, if you were Elvis,
Yeah, if you're
imagine
Elvis.
that. Even people would go to a pilgrimage to retrace your steps.
Yeah,
just
your
like Christ.
childhood.
You're
and go-
basically like
yeah.
Christ, man. Jesus Christ. That
he did
yeah,
that.
that should be the new name of that kanabitong level of famous.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ famous, right?
Yeah.
There are only a few individuals on this fucking planet who managed to attain that level of status of famous. The Jesus Christ famous. That's it, man.
That's it.
I think Elvis had. Yeah, Elvis is there, man. Up there with Jesus.
Yeah,
Elvis,
definitely. That sounds
the
about.
Beatles.
That sounds about right. Elvis.
They have the Jesus
Elvis
Christ
Presley.
famous, right? Who else? Who else? But is that the goal, though? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, is that the goal of every human being?
Oh man.
You think so?
Apparently,
that?
I don't know what we're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
we're just doing this for our kids. For anyone that might be listening to this. We're just
Yeah.
we're not. You're like someone was. You're trying to get famous. I'm like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
actually really. I just thought I was gonna die one day, so I
Yeah.
maybe thought it might be nice to leave
Good
something.
idea to leave something.
Yeah.
A temporal imprint of our at least short-lived existence.
Yeah.
That's it.
Short lived for sure.
Yeah. It's a
been
blink of an eye, man.
Pinoy style, man. You go fast.
Jesus, yeah. I've been thinking about death for the past decade, each
Yeah.
and every day. The moment I wake up, I think about death.
We gotta get our colon scanned, man.
Yeah, that's gotta be. It's there. Especially now we're
Yeah.
middle aged.
It's going up.
Men.
It's going up your butt, Mara.
Yeah,
It's going there. You're gonna get the colonoscopy,
Yeah.
brother.
I'll just maybe I can start. I can start
Sorry, people.
identifying as a woman, so I'll live longer.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe I'll just
Yeah.
change my gender.
Join the Olympics.
I'll see if I can live longer. That would be a good. That would be a good experiment.
Join women's WNBA.
man. Just divorce my wife. Just
She's like,
Why?
I'm not even
This is
working.
why? Because I want to live longer. I don't want to die early. And according to statistics, is that even true? Like, do women really live longer than men? If it's true, then that would.
Depends probably where you.
If it's
where
true,
you're
then
from.
okay. Starting tomorrow, I'm gonna be a woman.
Have you seen that John Wick
Exercise.
already? No.
Part 4.
We wanted to see it in the director's chair. Sold out, man. I guess the director's chair is popular at SM.
Mm.
So nagtabok mi sa Centrio. Nagigani last show na pa.
So you watched it?
Yeah, I watched the late show, man.
I heard it's good though.
I mean, it's a John Wick.
John Wick.
The Keanu Reeves is a producer of it. Apparently, I didn't know that.
Really?
And it says it in the credits.
Nice.
So apparently, that's very popular with a lot of the actors these days. They produce their movies. Good for them.
Bitaw. Hope they do another sequel though. Is it possible even?
Yeah, I don't know.
No spoilers. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
I haven't seen part 4
I
yet.
suppose. I mean, it's a comic book, right? So and there's all kinds of stuff that happens in comic books, depending on the writer.
Okay.
You do a multiverse John Wick or something like that.
Everything is multiverse now. All right.
Everything is
It's okay.
Yeah.
John Wick's alive in some other universe. It almost becomes like a cop out in storytelling nowadays. Like
Yeah,
we can kill off this character so we can bring it back
Yeah.
using the multiverse card.
Yeah.
Right?
DC's
DC,
Flash is
Marvel.
coming out.
Jeez.
Are you gonna watch that in the theater? It's gonna
Yeah.
be awesome.
I wish it was that easy though. I mean, if it was like our reality, it's like I can just die. There's some version of me right now just grinding each and
Yeah.
every day. It's like
Changing diapers, changing panties.
Or should I go on? Might as well give up now. It's like, I know there's some schmuck out there that looks exactly right me,
Yeah.
like me, and then we just be grinding and killing it in real life. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm just a schmuck here on the planet Earth, or, you know.
Could be driving a limousine. Like,
Might as well give
Buffalo.
up. Yeah, but you know, we're not 100% sure. So I hope I'm the only one. That would at least make me feel a little special, right? It doesn't help knowing the multiverse
yeah.
in a way.
Well,
Oh yeah, man. We need to get one with the fungi. That's what we need to do, I think. I mean, it's been almost a year. When was that? The last journey that we had. It was here.
it was a year ago.
Yeah, I forgot. But yeah, we were one with the fungi.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't. I don't think it was raining that day, so
Yeah,
it was. It was a good sunny day.
Yeah, it was the same place, man. It was awesome,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, it was
your
terrifying.
your baby was sleeping. You were
Yeah.
sleeping. It was like middle of the day, and the wind was still blowing. It was a nice day.
Yeah.
Taking a nap,
And then
chilling
everything-
out,
Yeah. Chilling out. Just it.
just watching the baby sleep and wind blowing. It's awesome.
Had some fire going on.
Yeah. Oh, in the
Uh,
nighttime.
the
yeah.
nighttime,
Oh yeah, we
yeah.
should have bonfire tomorrow.
Yeah.
Happy full moon.
And there's a significance with the tree here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We had a connection with the tree, remember?
Yeah.
Well, everything was just like swirling around.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looked like it had its skin. I mean, the bark was just.
Yeah. It was moving.
Yeah. Pretty scary, but.
So it sounds scary, but it's not.
Yeah. It was like,
the skin
wow.
was moving.
It's that alive, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
at
there's-
least it seemed.
The world is more animated.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even the ground looks different, and the whole foliage and stuff.
HDR.
Yeah,
HDR came from
HDR quality
the original
better,
HDR.
way better.
Yeah.
Goodness, that is something else, man. I mean, yeah, that was something else. I was scared after. Like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna do it again.
Oh
It's
really?
like, man, yeah, like.
Why is that?
There was some scary parts. I mean, from my experience, because it's pretty common. Like we have different, but shared experience, which is kind of weird, right? But the difference, I mean, the level of sometimes for me, the anxiety I get is different.
Mhm.
For from your perspective, you're
Yeah, every
pretty
person
relaxed.
is
Yeah,
different.
your whole
Maybe it
experience. Yeah, it depends
depends on the
Your
variety.
mindset, the variety. There's so many
Yeah.
factors,
Yeah.
which I'm still trying to at least.
Some varieties don't have
Understand.
any effect at all,
Yeah. It was just interesting.
which is weird.
Wow.
Like, why would there be some varieties that don't have any effect on you?
Mm. Huh. But everybody should do that every Holy Week, right?
Or the unholy.
I'm just kidding, but yeah. But yeah, it's a good way to practice at least once in a while, just an exploration of your mind and your spirituality if you have one, or if you don't, that's fine.
Thinking of spirituality, a
Mm.
nice ritual to have is around this time of the year is you go to the ocean somewhere and you go snorkeling,
Mm.
because this is the best time of the year, at least in the past, where you can go swimming and it's a super clear morning and you get several hours of clear ocean water. Great for snorkeling, and hopefully we get some of that in the next couple of days
Oh yeah, we're planning to at least do some snorkeling, I guess.
and dive into those waves that you hear in
If
the
we get
background.
lucky, yeah. Everything's super clear, like swimming pool clear. I love that. I mean, it rarely happens, but when it does,
Yeah.
it's magical.
Yeah, definitely.
Whew.
It's
Just a few feet away from our. I mean, that's the beach already.
Yeah.
You can see it. We don't want to move the camera, but it's the beach is right over here.
Dora.
Yeah, so we used to swim here a lot and just explore, basically, right?
Yeah.
Went
the thing.
places. We check the maps for coral reefs and just
Yeah,
go there and just swim.
yeah. They're nearby here. It doesn't you don't have to go too far from here
Yeah.
to see some decent stuff. It's unfortunate you have to go that far, but I always wonder about the people that are climate change deniers. Do they deny that humans are contributing or that it's happening at all? Because the oceans here used to be like you get.
Mm,
I mean, you have to walk far to go into the ocean here before, and now it's like just a few steps away.
mm,
So it's undeniable that the oceans are rising, right? And I watched this documentary
yeah.
with Chris Hemsworth, and it's called Shark Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and he talks about the rising oceans is causing sharks to go closer to the shorelines because it's the temperature is changing, so it causes them to go closer to the shorelines.
Mm,
And then there's more population at the shore, so the increase of human population plus the rising oceans and the changing temperature
mm,
causes this kind of like disaster,
mm,
or this meeting point of
mm.
all these of humans and sharks, and so that's why there's been an increase of shark attacks.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting documentary of how they deal with that with technology and
Mm,
how they study these kinds of things. So it's a good documentary. I recommend it anyone that has Disney Plus to go
yeah.
check it out on National Geographic. It's a good documentary
Yeah. That's a good.
with Thor.
Yeah, with Thor and
Yeah, he's a
sharks.
surfer.
You swim with
Yeah,
sharks.
sea
Those
sharks.
Australians, man,
Yeah,
they're one of the most extreme people that
yeah, he's
at
awesome.
least,
I
yeah,
didn't know he was an environmental advocate until I signed up for Disney Plus.
yeah. Well, in a way, it's just, I think, in my opinion, it's just nature's way of responding to our movements here or effects. Shakes you off or something.
Mm.
Um, when things happen, it's just part of it, right? Everything, even our expansions as a species, the cities that we build upon nature, on concrete, lots of shit going on. We're basically just burning the whole thing down, so we'll respond accordingly to shake it off, right? Like a disease or a virus.
Yeah,
So
they're trying to cover nature with
yeah.
cement.
So that's why if we want to be the good bacteria, or there's we call just call them good, but we want to keep it alive or ourselves alive, including nature, then we should at least really ponder individually on our capacity to make that change, not just rely on governments or technologies to make that change for ourselves, right? I don't know. It takes discipline. I mean, you've been doing it for in a way. I've been following your um, philosophies for quite some time. I haven't followed religiously, I must admit, but I
Mm.
am trying to practice it. Some of the things that you're currently practicing.
Now, what do you mean?
Like how when I observe you, like how you conserve things. Uh, it's a very calculated at the same time, um, in a way, very considerate. I think. Why are you can always take your car whenever you go. You live a comfortable life, but you choose to do the uncomfortable things most people that I know wouldn't even do, because to conserve energy, to conserve resources for the benefit of not just yourself, but for the future generations. Let's just say. So
I'll clean the toilet.
yeah, yeah, right. Sometimes maybe we have to.
Yeah, maybe have to.
Maybe we have to. It's a tall order, but somebody's got to do it. Yeah,
Dirty jobs.
go back to dirty jobs
Yeah.
again.
Shout out to Mike Rowe.
All right, siya. And by doing so, you set an example, right? That's the best for me. The best approach. Just set an example. Don't really, let's say, get too involved in a way. By what I mean involved is that because when I get too involved, let's say I want to set an example, I'd be affected if people don't follow my example.
Mm.
It's like, oh, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
If you don't want to, listen, but
But
I'm
what
just
what
showing you that it can be done, right?
yeah, what about something like smoking in front of kids?
Yeah.
Like, you think that's like sometimes it makes me feel awkward when there's kids around and
Yeah.
there's like a lot of smoking going on and drinking, like, and they're just kind of casually around it.
Mm, mm.
I'm not really sure how I feel about it yet.
Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
am guilty of that as well. Cause I drink when my daughter's present, or I vape.
Mm.
I know, so maybe I shouldn't, right? So
I'm not.
probably I can drink, but at
I
least
don't know the
I
research.
keep my I wouldn't get too drunk or act violently in
Right,
front
right,
of her. Never,
right,
it never happened.
right.
But yeah, that's a good thing to consider, like because they're sponges, right? So they would copy everything you say, or they're downloading the information from you as you interact with her each and every day. That's what I've been observing. Everything I say or everything she gets from her surroundings, the environment, she copies everything. Parroting, it's part of the developmental kuha nila sa stages. So, but then even the most subtle emotions that we transmit to them, they receive that. And so yeah, I think you're right about we must at least constantly be aware of their kind of well-being 24/7. If it has to be like, all right, is this conducive or anything, kanibang environment is I don't know. Maybe that's just the level of detail I'm thinking about how to raise a child,
Yeah,
but I'm not practicing it
it's worth
for now.
asking.
Yeah, but it's worth asking.
A lot of
I'm
questions.
guilty of all the. I'd be the first one to say all the things that any parent shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't be letting my child watch videos, but I still do sometimes. Maybe too much
Yeah,
sometimes,
but you should be
just for
asking questions.
convenience. Yeah.
Like
But
when we interviewed Romar, he was telling
excuse
us
me.
that Romar, when we interviewed him, was telling us that he had let his kids play with gadgets from early on, and now they know how to code and things like that,
Yeah.
which is probably more positive than your kid trying to be like a YouTuber or a
Yeah.
gamer or something like that. Maybe if they learned how to be like a software architect or something, that would be more realistic.
Well, but who knows, right? I mean, we're just experimenting,
Asking questions.
asking questions.
This is not the place for
Yeah.
answers.
Yep. Just asking questions. I don't have the answers, even if I meditate all day or
Yeah.
pray all day.
Well, we know tomorrow the answer is to go swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
We know that.
Sad. Just gotta live it, yo.
Go jogging and swim in the ocean.
Oh,
The ridge line here, we're really lucky here in northern Mindanao to have really beautiful mountainsides. The coastal drives, the mountain drives, like
it is epic, man.
everything around here is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you get the occasional bombings there in the
Yeah.
mountains. I mean, you can hear it. You can even see
Yeah.
it sometimes. There's choppers going.
Yeah.
So there's for those who are not from from outside of the Philippines, we have an ongoing civil war going on here. So
Yeah, and Liceo University just commemorated the guerrilla vets,
mm,
and they mentioned these waters here, and Bulingasag is mentioned, and so I always wonder like what were they using the area here for? Why were they always passing through here? These are the waters that they went through to protect the country and
Yeah.
protect this island.
yep.
So I wonder what was it about this area that they were able to have.
Because it's beautiful. Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's not a coincidence where our grandfather once stood on one of these shores here in Misamis Oriental and defended this piece of island from Japanese invaders back in World War II.
Gangster.
So yeah, I was pretty gangster, man. I don't
Yeah.
think I run for the hills. Yeah.
Yeah. You go hide, man.
Jesus. I'm not getting into a fight with some Japs in World War II. I was like,
Those guys know judo, man.
those were the Asian Hitlers at that time. The Asian
Wow.
Nazis. I mean, at that time, Japan was was that um, empire. It's different now, of course. We love Japan. I love Japan. I love Japanese food. I love Japanese culture. I love Japanese
I love
women,
ramen, man.
ramen,
Is that
everything.
really
Yeah,
Japanese?
anime, you name it. We all love Japanese. So there's hope for that's one of an example for me, even right, because our grandparent after the war started a business, and his business partners after the war were the very people he fought against with the
Yeah.
Japanese.
Wow.
He had business in Japan, so
Yeah.
for me, there's always this hopeful, at least.
Gangsta.
Yeah, when I read history, or at least I try to interpret it like, okay, there was a time that such this and that nation, but then again, it changes a lot. So it can happen even now. I mean, there's war going on somewhere in all over the world. I mean, Russia, Ukraine. So who knows what's gonna happen? Sure don't know, but some nations manage to mend, right, the wounds or patch things up. I don't know.
How long is this Ukraine gonna take, man?
I
This
don't know.
is ridiculous.
That's
man.
why.
Jeez, man.
So-
Just not a good idea.
That's why you gotta wake up. I gotta wake up. Can't think of. I can't be too complacent. That's why optimism can only take me to a certain place. Other than that, just being realistic about what's going on. I'm not too sure about it.
What about in just generally in parenting? How do you how do you see this development stage in any particular way, or made any particular observations of how it goes?
At this stage, I mean, for me,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
haven't raised a teenager yet, so
Yeah.
my opinions could
Yeah,
change.
we'll
or
get
my
there one
mindset.
day.
Yeah, but for now, my only vision is to raise a human being that will one day grow up and then not just work for herself or work for the benefit of her family, but to consider at least not just the tribe, but to have the vision, have the same vision, not just the country, the island, the continent, or a planet.
Mm.
Who knows? Maybe in their time, we would discover that we truly are not alone. Then the whole earth would just band together as one, as a united earth, or whatever they're going to call it. I doubt though, but but if ever it comes to that, they're gonna have to find more meaning to that. Like, are we really special? Even if there's other galaxies out there now that would confirm. So what are we here for? Maybe we should just conquer those other.
Yeah.
So there's no point.
Maybe
But
we
the
should.
best thing I can do for the little the amount of information I have downloaded from this system is that I will just have to propagate love to her so that she may one day plant the seeds. Go on. That's what at least I got from my parents, grandparents. I don't know about my great grandparents. I haven't personally met them, but it translated to me into that kind of seed. So that's at least what I'm aspiring, or the vision that I have for myself and my offsprings. And if they're allowed to have offsprings of their own, then okay. I hope that's the seed that they plant in their unzana, their reality in the future. So if you're listening right now, and whoever you are, my great great grandchildren, whatever your names are, if that's even a reality, yeah. Um, if you're still alive and thinking about love, then I'd love to be a part of that memory. So if it's still recorded, then there you go. Probably that's it. Or I'd probably be the beacon of hate if I choose to.
Hmm.
Tomorrow, the next doesn't that anyone can become a villain. Where was that line from that movie? Batman. There you go. The Dark Knight.
I
You
haven't
either
seen it
die a
yet.
hero or you live long enough to become the villain.
Nice.
That was a cautionary tale because Harvey Two Face
Hmm.
is the district attorney, and of course, he's supposed to represent this dude who's like the White Knight, the
Hmm.
savior of Gotham, or some sort, the face of justice, and he becomes Two Face, right?
Hmm.
So that's also a cautionary tale. That's why I don't want to preach too much because I know the vulnerabilities that I have as a human being,
Hmm.
or even the um, I know I'm capable of evil things as well. I don't want to be that dude though. So that's what all trying to figure out. That's why we have a retreat. Go back to the unholy week,
Yeah.
but we got to be holy. We got to consider baptizing ourselves once in a while.